So the last question of the day, is there any circumstances where you can buy freehold land in perpetuity and that's it? You will not have to ever renew a lease here in Ghana. Is there any way of getting that thing?
There is, but now we.
Hi guys, I'm Sam and today we are Ghana bound, and today I'm lucky enough to have Mr. Evans, practicing lawyer from AJ Law Consultants, and we are going, just like in the title, to hit this nail on the head. Why only 50 years for a lease in Ghana and no freehold, and what do you do at the end of the lease? What happens? Do I get thrown off my land and kicked into the curb? What rights do I have? Is it different for a Ghanaian citizen and a non-citizen? Today, we're going to dig a little bit deeper in this question. Thank you for coming on today.
Now, for Ghanaian citizens, the law allowed them to have whatever years on leases that they, that they could have, and that for them, there could be renewal clause. There could not be renewal clause. Now, where there is no renewal clause, the law allows them. If the land is bare land, meaning the land was vacant, it was undeveloped, then there will be an implied renewal clause. So where the land was vacant, it was bare land, undeveloped. Then once a Ghanaian had a leasehold interest in it and then it expires, even if there is no renewal clause in it, automatically the law will presume, or there is an implied term that the lease will be renewable. And also where the land is bare land and then the Ghanaian is a subject of that area, then automatically there is a renewal clause.
So if you're from, I don't know, Winneba,
yes,
and your land is in Winneba,
yes, and you are, yes, then you are a subject of Winneba. Even if there is no renewable clause in the lease, and then the land was given to you as a bare land, automatically you have a right of renewal.
Okay, so I'm in the middle of Accra. My mother bought a plot of land, put a house on. She might be Ga. We're in Accra. We're using Ga as this thing. So that means when that lease expires, although she's put a house on it, that means it's implied.
It's implied. However, there's a caveat there. The caveat is that the land given to your mom in Ga, who is Ga, should have been a bare land. So if the land was not a bare land, then the land had structures on it already, then there could not be any renewal unless there was an express renewal clause.
All right, so they also need to have an express terms of renewal. Yes. But if the land was empty and she or he or your forefathers developed it, then it should be assumed.
Assumed, meaning that there is either an implied term of renewal, where the Ghanaian is not an indigene of that area, but where the Ghanaian is an indigene or a subject of that area, then once the land is a bare land, then automatically there is a right of renewal.
Okay. So I need to ask, because I know in the comment section this question will be asked. The renewal is assumed,
for Ghanaians.
Ghanaians, are the terms assumed also, or is that
the terms are assumed?
Okay.
It could be for the same duration, but you see, the constitution cannot be assumed, because in Ghana, inflation is always our enemy.
Okay.
Therefore, the constitution aspect is not assumed, but the duration could be the same, or it could be more, or it could be less.
Okay.
Then the other terms could be same, or could be more, or could be less.
I've got you. Okay. So the best advice is to always have the terms of your renewal expressly
in the lease. So that's the more reason why you should consult a lawyer. Let the lawyer know what you want, your intentions for future. Then the lawyer would negotiate for you for the lease to be made in a way that will protect you currently and also in future.
Okay.
Yes.
Got you. So the last question of the day, is there any circumstances where you can buy freehold land in perpetuity and that's it? You will not have to ever renew a lease here in Ghana. Is there any way of getting that thing?
There is, but that way is for Ghanaians only.
Okay.
It's not for non-Ghanaians. So under the constitution and even the Lands Act, non-Ghanaians are not allowed to have a freehold interest in land. But Ghanaians can have a freehold interest in land. And that freehold interest in land, the constitution has excluded stool lands from it. So for stool lands, there cannot be the creation of any freehold interest. But aside that, any other land, the constitution allows Ghanaians to have freehold interest.
Okay, so for the sake of our viewers, what is the other type of land? So stool land is the land that is the chiefs, and then there's family land. So can we talk about
the stool lands?
Okay.
There's family lands. There are lands that are owned by individuals or private persons. Then there are government lands. So stool lands, family lands, private lands, and then government lands.
Okay.
Yes. So government or state lands are under the control of the Lands Commission. Yes, and then those lands, some are for sale. So to be able to get a government or state land, we need to apply to the Lands Commission. Yes.
And are those the two types of land that you can achieve freehold on?
Yes.
Okay.
But if it's a stool land, you know, some of the state lands are stool lands.
Stool lands also.
That's are vested under the control of the Lands Commission.
Right.
And also vested, some are vested under the control of the administration of stool lands. So those lands are stool lands. Therefore, there cannot be the creation of any freehold interest whatsoever.
So no chief, you can't be gifted lands by a chief. It's not possible. Nothing like that.
A chief can give to you a land, but the question is, what's the nature of the gift?
Okay.
Now, if the nature of the gift is that it is given to you to hold in perpetuity as a freehold, then that would be unlawful.
That would be unlawful.
Unlawful.
Okay.
However, let me say this. You know, the system of transfer of interest in land are generally two. We have one that happens at customary law. Then we have one that happens in law. So what happens in customary law is different. You know, the principle is that customary laws are not written down in any book. Right. So customary law knows no writing. So what pertains at customary law is entirely different. Now, a chief can grant you a land at customary law, and then the chief will not say that the land is a freehold. Neither will the chief say that the land is a leasehold. The chief only grants you the land. Okay. And once it's a customary law grant, then it is, you know, left hanging, so to speak. So the law will not come after you to void it, unless maybe you take steps to have it registered, and then you show or you try to get it registered as a freehold. Then the law may have issue with you. But where the chiefs have granted you land under customary law, and then you don't make any attempt to register same as a freehold, then the ambit or the scope of the law will not extend to you. Okay. So these are the loopholes in the system that, you know, indigents can take advantage of.
Okay. We're not going to go there because that looks like we're going to go down a rabbit hole.
Yes.
Because there's so many questions, but the scope of today's video is simply about the 50 years and what to do to protect your investment, and how to go about that. And I have to thank you on behalf of all the followers for just giving us clean, clear answers on both of those questions.
There is one area that I want to draw our viewers' attention to.
Okay.
Now, the laws also allow body corporates or corporations, or let me say companies, to also hold interest in land.
You're raising a good point.
Yes. So foreigners can also rely on that law. Okay. But the caveat is that where a foreigner owns more than 40% in the company, then that company, even though it was registered under Ghanaian laws, will be deemed to be a non-Ghanaian.
Okay, the company itself.
Yes.
Okay.
So foreigners can also go bypass that 50-year leasehold duration
by buying as a company.
By, you know,
that they have 40% shares.
When they have less than 40% shares.
Okay.
Then the company becomes a Ghanaian.
Okay.
So where a foreigner or foreigners have less than 40% shares, then the company will be deemed to be what? A Ghanaian. And in that way, the company being a Ghanaian can have any duration that the law allows. Okay. But where the foreigner has more than 40% shares in the company, then the company becomes what? A non-what? Ghanaian.
Non-Ghanaian,
Then
right.
it will be limited to what? 50 years.
Okay.
So foreigners should be told this, part of the law, so that they will take advantage, and then form companies with Ghanaians,
Right.
and then maybe they will make their stake below 40, and that would let Ghanaian law recognize the company or the body corporate or the corporation as what? A Ghanaian, and through that they can acquire any interest in land that they want to acquire.
Okay. So we get another figure that's always bandied about. So we have 50 for non-Ghanaians, and then this figure of 99 for Ghanaians. Is that still relevant? Because I've noticed you haven't mentioned that in our talk today.
Ghanaians are normally giving 99 for residential and then commercial 50 years. That has been the practice.
Okay.
But even now, some leases for Ghanaians are being made 50 years.
Right.
For instance, where we are currently doing this, interview,
In East Legon.
hardly will you get a lease of 99 years being given to you, even if you are Ghanaian.
Right.
Most of the leases around here are what? 50 years.
So if you can expect, like you've been handed down a lease from a parent that was at the 99, when it comes to renewal as a Ghanaian, does that mean it's expressed that it should be 99, or they're going to just say, hey, 50 now? Those days are
Yes,
over.
some leases that were 99 have been renewed for 50 years. And that will all depend on the clause, the terms of the lease. Now, if the terms of the lease were that the lease after 99 years will be renewable for the same duration, then once the 99 years expires, then another 99 years will be given. That's why it's always advisable to consult lawyers. And then let the lawyer know your current plans and then what future plans, and then we'll factor that into negotiate terms that will suit your interest.
I get you. I've got you. So do you see these laws changing anytime soon?
Well, the new Lands Act was made in 2020. Let's see. Of course, the power to change the laws is within the ambit of Parliament. So let's see. But I don't think the laws changing anytime soon. No.
Okay. So once again, thank you so very much for spending your time with us. All your details have been running underneath this video and can be found in the description box below. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like, share and subscribe button in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the family, and see you on the next one. Bye.